Hi, and welcome to this episode with me, James Walters. Last time we finished our mini-series on conscious buying decisions with going beyond the healthiest foods. This time we're getting back to ideas to help you grow, eat and live sustainably, and looking at switching from the car to walking, cycling, bus or train. This is one of over 40 ideas in our sustainability roadmap with solutions to climate change, and part of our series on Living Sustainably. Leaving the car at home whenever possible is a bit of a no-brainer, but the switches that are right in front of us are often the ones we miss. Whilst some of this is obvious, I've included one recommendation that you might not have heard about. It's a better way to book train tickets with a company that plants trees for every train ticket purchased. So it's easy to jump in the car to drive short distances, but transport was the largest emitter of greenhouse gases in the UK in 2019, responsible for over a quarter of greenhouse gas emissions, 27%. Sure, transport isn't just cars. The stats on transport include road transport, domestic aviation, railways and domestic shipping. The bit we can control quickly is how we use our own cars. Walking instead of driving the car. Changing a habit can be difficult. I always used to grab the car keys and rush out the house, but on my mission to help climate change by living sustainably, I knew that in most cases I could walk or cycle and completely cut out my emissions from getting from A to B. All it took was for me to plan a few minutes in advance and give myself more time to get from A to B. Apart from wanting to do my bit to help climate change, there was one unexpected thing that helped me to get into the habit of walking or cycling instead of taking the car. That thing was mindfulness. I do 10 minutes of mindfulness every day. Mindfulness has helped me to be present in my own life. Instead of rushing around, which I always used to do, it's taught me to put my head up, put my phone down, or leave my phone at home. Give myself a bit more time, and to look and listen to what's around me. It was quite surprising how much I noticed, how much I'd missed. I've always loved learning by observing, so it was great to rush around less and be present more, to notice more. Now I always prioritise walking, and if I need to get somewhere faster or a bit farther away, I take my bike. Cycling instead of driving the car. I like cycling because I can still be present and aware of what's around me, the sights and sounds and smells, but also because it's a free workout. Cycling might not be completely carbon neutral because the bike has to be produced and transported, but once you own it, it's a great way to cut right down on your carbon footprint. I've had my bike for well over 5 years and haven't needed to replace tyres, brakes, chain, anything. If you prefer a bit of help when you're cycling and can afford the investment, there are electric bikes that will make it easier to get from place to place. As long as you can recharge the electric bike using renewable and green energy, then you're all good and can be happy that you've significantly reduced your carbon footprint. If you'd like some guidance on what bike to choose, new if you have to, or are buying secondhand, or buying something to last, or secondhand is even better. It's worth going to ethicalconsumer.com and looking at their product guides for bikes, cargo bikes and electric bikes. Taking the bus or train instead of driving the car. I'll admit that I don't often take the bus unless I'm in London. I'm lucky that I can walk or cycle to most places that are in or around Pershore. Getting the bus starts with knowing the timetables and bus stops near your home and where you want to go. This can be a bit of a minefield depending on where you live, so my 3 recommendations are: the Travelline website at travelline.info looks like a good place to start. From there, you may well use Ecosia at ecosia.org to search for your local bus timetables. And don't forget Ecosia. Every time you search through Ecosia, they plant a tree. Good stuff. I use the City Mapper app when I'm in London. As well as London, it covers other cities including Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Nottingham, Cardiff, Bristol and Newcastle. You can download the City Mapper app, get it out, from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Now I've saved the best for last, Train Hugger, such a good brand name. Train Hugger at trainhugger.com is the fantastically green way to book your train. When you book a train ticket through Train Hugger, they plant a tree in the UK. They've partnered with the Royal Forestry Society and the Royal Scottish Forestry Society to plant trees all over the UK. Their first 2,500 trees are being planted in the RFS Hockeridge and Pancake Woods just outside London, which, as well as helping climate change, is also an important site for historic archaeological features. Switching from the car to walking, cycling, bus or train is one of over 40 ideas from our sustainability roadmap. The Nafford Junction Sustainability Roadmap is about what each of us can do in our day-to-day lives. It's about creating a new lifestyle where it's natural to do everything we can to reduce our consumption and waste and live in a way that considers others. This sustainability roadmap won't fix everything. We need governments and businesses to do that. However, changing government policies and business practices can be influenced by our actions. This roadmap is about doing things where we have the power, things that can encourage and eventually force governments and businesses to change. We can do something now and be a part of hitting the next milestone in the climate crisis, which is to halve global emissions by 2030. Here's what you can do. Get into the habit of walking, cycling or taking the bus instead of driving. Try the Sustainability Roadmap with 40 plus solutions to climate change at naffordjunction.co.uk/roadmap. Use the company directory to help you grow, eat and live sustainably at naffordjunction.co.uk/directory. Be inspired. Know that we can reverse climate change if we do something about it. Talk to your friends and colleagues. Share this with others. Links to everything I mentioned, as well as sources used to create this piece, can be found in the description or in the article titled Switch from the Car to Walking, Cycling, Bus or Train at naffordjunction.co.uk/blog. Keep listening to this episode for more ways that you can help stop climate change. Where next? There's so much inspiring information to give you ideas of how to help climate change by growing, eating and living sustainably. You can go to naffordjunction.co.uk, read our articles, subscribe to our podcast, sign up to our free email newsletter, join the #VoteWithOurMoney campaign, work through the sustainability roadmap, find companies to help you grow, eat and live sustainably. Follow Nafford Junction on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Help us inspire others. If you're passionate about helping climate change, please consider supporting Nafford Junction. You can become a patron to give regular contributions. Buy me a coffee to make a one-off contribution. Create for us and publish thought-provoking content. Become an inspiring leader and advertise with us. Go to naffordjunction.co.uk/support. This was produced by me, James Walters, as a personal project to help stop climate change by inspiring others to grow, eat and live sustainably. Any advice given is the opinion of those involved and does not constitute medical, financial or legal advice. We may include links we think you will find useful. If you buy through those links, we may earn a small commission. It's one way to support our work and to inspire as many people as possible. Thanks for listening. Come back soon. Bye-bye.